Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. How's everybody doing today? I would like to give a shout out to Julie Harris for subscribing and joining the community. Welcome. All right, so I have to take off the music completely for this. If you are set to vote, let's say New York coming up or any other state coming up, once you go to do the polling, make sure that if you're using the electronic one, you take your phone in there with you. If you see any type of fraud, record it. Take a picture of it in any way, shape, or form. If you see that there's fraud or if you see that something is fishy, do not vote. Just completely refuse to vote and tell them to give you a paper ballot or whatever else, because there's a lot of states that are committing tons of fraud. Just remember that. I would like to give a shout out to Ann Parker for subscribing and joining the community. Thank you very much. Welcome. Shout out to Mighty Mouse for subscribing. Thank you very much. And welcome to the community. I would like to welcome everyone. Thank you for choosing us as your stream of choice. Just to let all the new people that joined our stream today know, we stream all of the Trump rallies, all of the primaries, all of the town hall meetings, every single event that Trump has, we stream a year live. If you miss one of our live events, they will always be uploaded onto our channel. So check those out too if you missed any of the old ones. Also, we would like for you to join the community, subscribe, and if you do not want to subscribe, thumbs up is more than enough. Thank you.
They can't digest what's going on. This mystery to them. And nevertheless, they continue to hold on to the status quo. They continue to fight for something that they don't really understand. And certainly, they don't give us a chance to explain what we're about. It started with a festering anger. The people had this uncomfortable feeling. They knew something was wrong. They just couldn't put their finger on what it was. They knew that they weren't comfortable in their own skin. They weren't comfortable because people were telling them what to do. People were taking away their rights. People were doing things which were offensive to all those principles that their parents taught them. They couldn't understand it, but they sat there and they continued to take it until this thing that they call the establishment, that they call the Washington elites, until this thing gave us Barack Obama. Little did they know that that was the beginning of the end of the liberal progressive movement. Little did they know that things were going to change, and that leadership that sat back all these years and let Barack Obama enact his agenda, that leadership is no longer acceptable to the American people. The American people all of a sudden saw a light at the end of the tunnel. That light was something that they felt was different. That light was saying to them, get out of the way. I've got ideas. I'm not afraid. I'm Teddy Roosevelt's man in the arena. I'm the guy that's going to take us someplace else. I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm tough. I'm tough. But I know I can do things other people can't do. That light was telling us these things. That light had great success. That light got progressively brighter and brighter as it came down the road. And people started getting on it because they saw it was a bus. And they started getting on the bus. And strangers were saying, what's the matter with those people getting on that bus? Don't they like America anymore? And the response was, we love America. We're all about America. We're about our military. We want to take care of our veterans. We want to stop the flow of immigrants, of aliens into our country. We want jobs for Americans. We want to stop letting the Chinese take advantage of us. We've had a $2.5 trillion trade deficit in the last 5 years. It's got to end. That's what the light was telling us. And that light has slowly gained steam. And it's rolled across America. And finally, it's manifested. Finally, it's here. Finally made it to New York. Our native son is here now. Our native son, a guy born and raised in New York, who doesn't apologize. He doesn't apologize to anybody for anything that America has done. He does not appease. And he certainly doesn't take a back seat to anyone. And fine, he may be different, he may be a little bit rough, but we like strong men. We love leaders. Donald Trump is here today, and he's going to be with us until November, when we're going to win the presidency of the United States of America. And God bless Donald Trump, and God bless the United States of America.
Shout out to our newest community members. We got Rectronic, Stacy Pierre. Welcome to the community. Shout out to our newest community members. We got William Witten, Resi Beans, and Tommy O'Donovan. Welcome to the community, everyone. And if you've just barely joined us, thank you for choosing us as your stream of choice. We stream all the rallies, all the primaries, all of the town hall meetings, and any interview that is done with Trump. Thank you very much. Shout out to our newest community members. We got EL, Tagmaster02, and J Cody. Welcome to the community, guys. Nice to have you. Shout out to our new community members. We got Sunny in Florida, I believe, Hunter Wilmart, Jeremy Stevens, and Digital Monkey 79. Thank you for choosing us as your stream of choice. Thank you for joining the community. Big shout out to our newest community members. We got Irene and Lauren Brown. Thank you for joining our community. If you are new to our stream, we stream all of the Trump rallies, primaries, town hall meetings, and any other event that Trump has. I'm sorry. And also, we will also have, I'm sorry. I just got word that the rally will start around 4 p.m., so it's on schedule. So 4 p.m., that is when the rally will begin. Big shout out to our newest community members. We got John Rogers, Mark, and KBTR. Thank you for joining the community and welcome. Just to let anybody that is new to our stream know, there's only 2 rules in this stream. 1, no posting links, please, at all. No links whatsoever. And the second thing is no disrespect towards women. Thank you very much for choosing us as your stream of choice. Big shout out to new community members. We got Vic, 77 Primetime, David Marino, and Michael D. Welcome to the community. Big shout out to Sofren and Robert Thomas for joining the community. Thank you very much. If you are new to our stream, we stream everything Trump, all of the rallies, primaries, town halls, interviews, anything and everything Trump, we stream here. If you ever miss any of the live events, they are also uploaded onto my account. On the channel, you will be able to see all of the past primaries, all of the past rallies. So if you missed one, you can check it out there. Thank you for choosing us as your stream of choice. And we encourage you to join the community. Hit that subscribe button. If you do not want to subscribe, a thumbs up is more than enough. Thank you very much.
to be home. I'm excited tonight to introduce my father. There's a lot of things that make Donald Trump special to me as a parent and as a mentor, but the most important is the strength of his character. As a young girl growing up, my father always told me that I could do anything that I'd set my mind to. He meant it. He's employed tens of thousands of people over the years, and he's inspired them to do extraordinary things. Many of those people live and work right here in New York, where my father himself was born. Where he raised me and my siblings, and where he has lived his entire life. My father has the strength to make hard decisions and to motivate those around him to achieve the impossible. He leads by example and will outwork anyone in any room. My father has also succeeded at the highest level in a vast number of industries because the common denominator is him. His vision, his passion, his work ethic, and his absolute refusal to take no for an answer. We have seen this time and time again right here in New York, more times than I can list tonight. We saw it when he took over Wallman Rink in Central Park, a project that had failed for almost a decade to get built despite many attempts by the city. And then he completed it within 3 months and under budget. We saw this time and time again as he built tower after tower in New York City, many breaking global records for their height and scale, and forever altered and beautified the most beautiful cityscape in the world. And we saw this most recently when the city asked him to complete and operate the Ferry Point Golf Course, a project that had spanned over 2 decades and multiple administrations. Within 1 year, the project was opening and garnering top reviews and accolades from the toughest critics in the world, and most importantly, is finally being enjoyed by the people of New York. His great success here in New York and around the globe has been the result of his bold vision and tenacious spirit. He is a brilliant negotiator and deal maker, and countless times I've stood by his side and watched him do deals that were seemingly impossible to get done. That determination will make him a strong and, very importantly, a highly effective president. Whether it's negotiating tough new trade deals that will bring jobs back to America, or cutting taxes for the middle class and for businesses to restore our economic vitality. My father, as he's done his whole life, will work tirelessly, and he'll work tirelessly for the people of this country. Self-funding his campaign means that he's not beholden to anyone other than you. This will enable him to have the independence to make the right decisions for this country, the hard decisions for this country, and he will put America first. I consider myself incredibly fortunate to have learned from the best, both as a parent and as an entrepreneur. Thank you. Thank you. My father is a man who is deeply grounded in tradition, and he raised my siblings and myself, and all of my siblings are here tonight. right over there. Eric, Don, Laura, Vanessa. Barron and Tiffany are at home, but I'm sure they're watching. He taught us that we have a responsibility to do good and to make a positive contribution. So I have a 1-week-old son named Theodore who is at home tonight, and I will tell you, it was not easy to leave him for so much as a minute to be here, but it was incredibly important to me that I did, because I believe that the importance of this election and setting our country on the right path for the current and future more important now than ever. I can tell you firsthand that there's no better person to have in your corner when you're facing tough decisions or tough opponents. My father is battle-tested. He's a doer, he has a track record for effectiveness, and he has a long track record of winning. As president, my father will make America great again. Now we have a little video, and then the man himself is going to come out. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, New York. We love you.
Federation atmosphere in the Oval Office.
A series of proposals in Trump's plan that do create problems.
You know, he feeds ammunition to the other party.
Visceral and populist and angry at politicians.
Donald Trump's son is right here to go on the record.
He's incredibly quick. He's incredibly practical. He likes to keep things simple. He likes to get things done. He can cut through red tape. I mean, he's an amazing man, and we've seen a lot of great negotiators. We deal with them every single day, and there's no one better than he is. And, you know, he'd be an amazing president for this country. He's passionate about it, and quite frankly, I mean, he doesn't need to set aside his life to do this. You know, he's got an amazing company, and he's doing it, and I think it's actually very selfless.
I'm Hispanic, and I...
The audio feed cut off for that video. We cannot retrieve it. We apologize, so we will be playing music.
Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, it's great to be home. This is home. It's great to be home. We love New York. We love New York, and we are all together going to make America great again, folks. So, I was driving over from Manhattan, and I passed Queens. I love Queens. Do we have a lot of Queens? I grew up in Queens. And I used to play, I used to get here at like 2 in the morning to play a round of golf at BETHPAGE. You all know what I mean, right? But I love this city and I love this country. And we are going to start winning again with our country because we don't win. We never win. We never, ever win anymore. We don't win with our military. We don't win on trade. We don't win on health care. We don't win on anything. We are going to start winning again, folks. So in coming up, I said to myself and I said to some of the people when we were in the car, I said, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm putting my own money in, right? And all of these people that are running for office, they're like off the trough. They take money in from all the special interests where they can't make proper transactions for you. And that's going to stop. It's going to stop. You look at what's happening. I love you too. I love these people. These are my people. Man. I've got so many family members here today. Look at that. Boy, oh boy, my sons and my daughter. Did Ivanka do a good job? She had a baby like 5 days ago, so she did a good job. So I should not say, Ivanka, you're fired, right? I promise. I promise. I promise. So I love this. Somebody else would say, that's a tough crowd. It is for the heart. We love this crowd. We love you people. We love you people. We love. So here's what we're doing. On June 16th, and I said, and it's not easy to do, it takes guts. I came down the escalator with Melania. I said, come on, let's go. I took a deep breath, and it was all about trade. It was all about borders. It was all about all sorts of things. And today, it's that. But it's also about our military. We can't beat ISIS. We're going to knock the hell out of ISIS. Believe me. Can you imagine what our great generals, General George Patton, General Douglas MacArthur, can you imagine what they'd be saying if they saw what's going on with what we're doing and the way we fight? We don't fight like people from Long Island. We don't fight like people from New York. So we're going to rebuild our military. It's totally depleted. You know it. We know it. They don't like talking about it. We are going to rebuild our military. It's going to be bigger and better and stronger than ever before. And nobody is going to mess with us. Nobody. And very, very important, we're going to take care of our vets. Our vets are not taken care of.
So our country owes now $19 trillion. We owe trillions to China. We owe trillions to Japan. The whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. It's going to change around. It's going to change quickly. We are going to renegotiate our trade deals. In China, the case of China, $500 billion trade deficit every single year. It's going to end. Mexico. I love the Mexican people. I love Hispanics. I love Hispanics. They're unbelievable people. We have now $58 billion trade deficit with Mexico. And our businesses, sadly, are leaving our country, going to other countries. They're leaving our jobs in Long Island. You know it better than almost anybody. Our companies are being uprooted, taken out. They're moving to Mexico. They're moving to other countries. Everybody is looking for jobs. And you know what? We're going to end the practice. We're going to keep our companies here, and we're bringing companies back to the United States. We are going to have a strong border. We are going to build the wall. It will be a real wall. A real wall. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Who is going to pay for the wall? Who? By the way, 100%. When these politicians come up, they say, you can't really get Mexico to pay. I just put out a plan 3 days ago. So easy. When we're losing $58 billion a year in trade deficits and a wall's going to cost $10 billion, folks, how easy is that? It's going to happen, okay? It's going to happen. 100%. It's going to happen. Go ahead. Never changes. Hey, New York is called New York. It never, ever will change. So, what's happened, and very strongly what's happened, we are going to have those strong borders, just as you saw last week. The Border Patrol, 16,500 people in the Border Patrol endorsed, and I didn't even ask, endorsed Donald Trump for president. The first time they've ever done it. They've never endorsed anybody for president, but they want to have strong borders. And you know what? I thought to myself, has anybody heard the snake? Has anyone heard of it? Have you heard? Should we do it? Should we do it? All right. The main thing, can you hear me all the way in the back? Can you hear me? Can anybody not hear me clearly? All right. I want to thank my brother, my cousins, my nephews, my beautiful daughter-in-laws, my son, wonderful Ivanka, as you know. They all came to see this. I mean, they can't even believe it. You know, Lion Ted Cruz came today. He couldn't draw 100 people. 100 people. He could, I'm telling you. In fact, there was a big headline today in the New York Post. He couldn't draw 100 people. Now, do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember during the debate when he started lecturing me on New York values like we're no good? like we're no good. And I started talking to him about the World Trade Center, the bravery, the incredible bravery of everybody, our police, our firemen, our everybody. Better believe it. Better believe it. So I looked at him and started talking about our incredible police, our incredible firefighters, our incredible people, our unbelievable construction workers. Who could have done that? Who could have rebuilt that hole? There was never anything like it in this country. The worst attack in the history of the United States. The bravery that was shown was incredible. We all lived through it. We all know people that died. And I've got this guy standing over there looking at me, talking about New York values with scorn in his face, with hatred of New York. So, folks, I think you can forget about him. You can forget about him. He is Lion Ted. You know, I came up with the idea, but you have to spell it right. It's Lyin apostrophe, Lion Ted. The Bible held high. He puts it down and then he lies. You know the wonderful thing? He lies like crazy, but most of the time I win the evangelical vote. The evangelicals, the Christians like Donald Trump. I'm a straight shooter. I shoot straight. Like New Yorkers, we shoot straight. You have another one running. He was in favor of NAFTA. Do you remember that? Kasich. He is now 0 for 32, except he won his state. So he's like 1 for 33. And he won't leave, and that's okay. You know what? He's a nice guy. Let him keep going. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. But both of them, and this is so serious, both of them, we have a deal under negotiation, being negotiated by President Obama, which you immediately know it's got to be a bad deal. A bad deal. Don't forget, Obama negotiated the Iran deal, one of the worst deals ever negotiated. So, what we have, thank you, darling. I love, screaming love. I love you, Trump. I love you, Trump. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. Ooh. I do. So both of them want TPP, which is Trans-Pacific Partnership. It is a disastrous deal. It's going to suck the blood out of New York. It's going to suck the blood out of our country. Both of them want it to happen. I'm going to fight it, and we're going to stop it. We're not going to let it happen. We have enough bad deals. This deal would be catastrophic. So look, let me just tell you a couple of things. So we have to bring our jobs back to this country. We have to stop making horrible trade deals. We have the greatest business people in the world in the United States. I know many of them. I know the good ones, the bad ones, the overrated ones. I know, and the underrated ones, people you've never heard of, who are phenomenal. We are going to bring the greatest business minds. We're going to take on new trade deals with China, with Japan, with Mexico, with all of these countries that are ripping us like nobody's ever been ripped before. Ever. So, you know, I talk about different deals. Ford is building a huge plant, $2.5 billion. Nobody does. Maybe we don't buy Fords anymore. Who knows, right? But look, they're building in Mexico a $2.5 billion plant. It started 2 years ago, and now, because nobody did anything like go to see them, find out what's happening. Nobody did anything. They just announced they're going to double down and build more in Mexico. We want them to stay here. We want them in this country. Now, you heard about Nabisco. Nabisco's leaving Chicago. They're moving to Mexico. You heard about many, many, many companies. They're moving. Recently, Carrier Air Conditioner, we won't buy Carriers anymore, folks. They announced that they're leaving the United States. They fired 1,400 people, a lot of people. They've been there for a long time. They're moving to Mexico. So here's what we do. Should I tell you what we do? Are you ready? My wife and my daughter always say, darling and dad, please be more presidential, but I want to make this call myself. If I'm president, we call up Carrier. Can you imagine I'm calling up air conditioning companies? That's okay, though, right? Who the hell cares? We say, listen, I hope you enjoy your new plant. I'm sure it's going to be beautiful, wonderful place, a little bit hot, but that's okay. But just so you understand, you let go of 1,400 and even 1,750 from what I hear. Great, great people. And they're right now unemployed in the United States as you make your air conditioners. So here's what's going to happen, folks, because the politicians cannot figure it out. They'll never figure it out. And beside that, they're paid off with campaign contributions. So even if they do figure it out, they're not going to do anything about it, okay? So we say, and I say, I hope you enjoy your beautiful new plant in Mexico, but every single time you make an air conditioning unit and you send it across our now very, very powerful and strong border, you're going to pay a 35% tax on that unit. Okay? 35%. And here's what is going to happen. If it's not me, if it's somebody else, or how about Hillary? How bad is Hillary? How bad? How bad is Hillary? How bad? So if it's Hillary, or if it's Cruz, it can't be Cruz. It never went. By the way, I will beat Hillary so badly in the general election. You heard the other day, members of her team were caught saying the one person she doesn't want to run against is Trump. Believe me, it will be fun. It will be fun. And we haven't started on her yet. The only time I really started on her was 2 months ago. And believe me, her and Bill had a bad evening. Believe me. Believe me, that was a bad evening. But I haven't started. If it's Hillary, I don't know that it's going to be Hillary. Maybe something's going to happen. Maybe she's not going to be allowed to run. Maybe she'll be defeated. I don't know what's going on. But with the email scandal, maybe something's going to happen. So here's what's going to happen. So if it's Hillary, or if it's Cruz, or if it's anybody, any politician, they will call their lobbyist, who has like Cruz written on his forehead. It's like emblazoned onto his forehead. It'll say, Cruz, I can take care of anything. That's the lobbyist. They'll see Cruz, they'll see Hillary, they'll see whoever it might be, any politician. They'll say, you can't do that. They gave you millions of dollars when you ran for president. They gave you millions of dollars when you ran for Senate. These are good people. You can't do it. But see, here's the deal. I don't get money from anybody, so I self-fund. So I can do what's right for you. I'm going to do what's right for you. So with Carrier, as an example, and I could use Ford or I could use hundreds and hundreds of, I tell Carrier that. They will call me back and they'll put a little pressure, but it's no pressure. No pressure works on me. Pressure doesn't work on me. But I'll tell you what they're going to do is I will say, no, you don't understand. It's a 35% tax. They're going to say, Mr. President, we've decided not to leave the United States. That's what it is. So simple. It is so simple. So here's what's happening. You know, I've been a pretty good prognostic. I have a lot of fans here. We've been fans together, friends together. And they've known me for a long time. And you know, a poll came out today that's through the roof. My standing in New York. You know what makes me happiest? when the people that know me best, and boy, do you know me well. But when the people that know me the best think so much that it have poll numbers that nobody can believe. So we're going to do great. And I have to say, in 2 weeks, meaning 2 weeks from yesterday, go vote. Because we have momentum, we have a movement, and we're going to turn this country around so fast. So fast. So you have to get out and vote. So, I've been calling a lot of shots right. I wrote a book in 2000, and in 2000 I talked about Osama bin Laden. 2 years before the World Trade Center came back. Nobody even understands that. Every once in a while, one of these political pundits will say, that's amazing. Trump was talking about him before he knocked down the World Trade Center. We have to know what we're talking about. I've been talking about take the oil for what? 5 years? Take the oil, take the oil, take the oil. You know who has the oil now? ISIS has the oil. Iran has the oil. Because our politicians are incompetent. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And you know, it's so unfair because the press is so dirty. The press is so bad. I was asked... They're terrible. Look at them. They are terrible. No, they're terrible people. And by the way, we have 15,000 people. We have another 5,000 outside. They're never going to show it. They're never going to show it. You'll go home to your families tonight. You'll say it was unbelievable. And your wife or your husband will say, darling, were there many people there? And you know why she won't know? Because she watched it on television. It's on all the televisions. It's all live. I'm always making these live speeches. It's crazy. I'd love to do it like the other guys. Nobody covers them. They could just go over and over and boring. But nobody shows up. But you're going to go home tonight, and your wife or husband will say, were there many people there? Because the cameras never want to scan my audiences because they're so big and so incredible. And by the way, we have so many people. I want to thank, before I read the snake, I want to thank your police and your chief. He was here. I want to thank Big Joe from Nassau. You know Big Joe, right? Where is Joe? Where is he? He's around here. I want to thank Steve, right, from Suffolk. I want to thank all of the incredible politicians we have. We have half of the world is here tonight, but I want to thank all of the political leaders. We have the greatest leaders. We have the greatest leaders in New York State. We have leaders that say, we're not going to put up with this stuff any longer, and that's what they're saying, folks. So I just want to thank them for being here. So I've called a lot of shots, and I've gotten credit pretty much for calling a lot of shots. I have an instinct, and I do have a good instinct for it. And we have a thing called the migration. Now, we have illegal immigrants pouring into our country. We don't know what's happening. That'll stop. But we have the migration, and we have people coming in by the thousands with no documentation, with no paperwork. We don't know where they come from. We don't know who they are. You watch what happens. It could be ISIS. I hope it's not. But you watch what happens. You see what happened in Paris. You see what happened in California with the two young people got married. They worked. They shot 14 people, killed them. They became radicalized. And we're not going to put up with it, folks. We're not going to put up with it. So this was written by the great Al Green. It was a song, and I thought it was great. Now, when you think of this and when you listen to the words, remember what I'm saying. When you listen to the words, you have to think about people pouring into the country. Thank you. That's all right. You know, out of 17,000 people, I think we have one. That'll be headlines tomorrow. Okay. That's all right. That's all right. Forget him. You can't hear him anyway. Forget him. That's okay, folks. Forget it. Don't worry about it. There, that's all right. Ready? Are we ready? Or do you want to let him go a little further? You want him out? All right. Get him out. Get him out, please. All right. Get him out. Don't hurt the person. Don't hurt the person. Do not hurt the person. Yeah, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Is the Trump rally the greatest? Is it the greatest? All right, good. Get him out. All right, get them out. Thank you. All right, they're gone. You know what it is? I'll tell you. And be very gentle, very, very gentle. Say, you know, I've done it all ways. When I'm like this, they say Trump is getting weaker. When I'm tough, they say he's too tough. You can't win. You can't win. Okay. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? You ready? So here's the story. You think of this in terms of the people coming into the country, especially coming in from Syria. We don't know where they are. We don't know who they are. We don't know how they're getting in. They're all over the place. Believe me, it's going to be a problem. You think of this, all right? This is called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake. His pretty-colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. "Oh, well," she cried, "I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you." "Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman," sighed the broken snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a curvature of silk, and then laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. Now she hurried home from work that night. As soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in finally had been revived. "Take me in, oh tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman," sighed the broken snake. Now she clutched him to her bosom. "You're so beautiful," she cried. "But if I hadn't brought you in by now, heavens, you might have died." Now she stroked his pretty skin, and then she kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. "Take me in, oh tender woman, take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, oh tender woman," sighed the broken snake. "I saved you," cried the woman, "and you've bit me, heavens why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die." "Oh, shut up, silly woman," said the reptile with a grin. "You damn well knew I was a snake before you took me in." Believe me, folks. Believe me. Believe me. Now, we all understand Our country has to start getting tough. We have to be vigilant. We have to be vigilant. We have to be smart. We have to know that there's all sorts of traps out there. We don't want more World Trade Centers. We don't want planes flying into the Pentagon. We don't want planes flying in wherever that other plane was going, and we all think we know, the White House. We had some really brave people in all of those planes, but some brave people took down that plane. We don't want, right? Brave people. Brave. Gotta believe it. In their honor. So, we're going to be smart. We're going to be tough. We're going to be vigilant. We're not going to be politically correct all the time. Politically correct. I love you too, man. I don't say that often to guys, but I love that guy right over there. So we're going to do a lot of things if I win. We're going to take our budget. We're going to make it good. We're going to make sure that our nations that we're friends with, Japan and Germany and South Korea and many, many nations, Saudi Arabia, so many nations, we pay for their military. We take care of their military. It's all fine. But you know what, folks? We have 19 trillion in debt. We're going to 21 trillion in debt very soon because of a horrible budget that was made 3 months ago called the omnibus budget, which lets everybody come into our country, which is a disaster, which helps Obamacare, which, by the way, we're going to repeal and replace with something great. So, we're going to bring back our country. We're going to make our country strong again. We're going to make our country respected again. We're going to use our finest people. We're going to use our brightest minds. We're going to make great deals, great transactions. We're going to have Apple Computer, and we're going to have companies like that, many, many companies. They're going to start making their product not in China, but in the USA, folks. That's where they're going to make their product. 100%. 100%. So here's the story. Here's the story in a nutshell. You're going to look at this night in 2 years, in 4 years, in 12 years, in 20 years, and you're going to say, this was a great evening. This was an evening where for the first time we heard somebody say that we're not going to be a scapegoat and stupid people anymore. We're not going to allow the world to continue to rip us off. We are going to get along great with the world, but we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're going to say, and I say it now, America first. America first. It'll happen too, folks. And it'll happen fast. So here's the story. You're going to remember this evening, and hopefully every single person in this room and people that you know that aren't in this room, next Tuesday, meaning in 12 days, you're going to go out and vote. And you're going to say it was the most important vote that you've ever cast. You're going to be proud of your country again. You're going to be proud of your president again. We are going to start winning. We are going to win with our military. We're going to kick the hell out of ISIS. We are going to win with our veterans. We are going to win with health care. We are going to get rid of Common Core, and we're bringing our education locally. We're going to have local education. We are going to protect and cherish our Second Amendment, which is under siege. And we are going to have strong borders. We're going to have our country back, and we are going to have the wall. So let me just tell you, we're going to start winning again, folks. Gonna happen. Gonna happen. Gonna happen. So remember this evening, you go out and vote. I can only tell you, you will be so proud, so happy. We are going to win, win, win. We're going to make America great again. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
I would like to give a shout out to all of our new community members. Thank you for joining us. We got David Marino, Michael D, So Friend, Robert Thomas, Coley 10, Bob White, Barbara Breton, Rose Rupp, Ron Hatch, Krotzer, Lawrence, and Finny Finn. Welcome to the community, everyone. We will be streaming the next Trump event. It will be live from Palos Verdes, California. It will be a press release. The press release will be on April the 8th at 12 p.m. Pacific. If you missed any of the rallies from yesterday and prior, they are all of them are on our channel. So if you want to check that out. So again, there will be a press release on April the 8th. From Ranchos Palos Verdes in California. It will be at 12 p.m. Pacific. 2 hours if you're Central, 3 hours if you're Eastern. I would like to thank all of my moderators. I would like to thank everyone that is on the stream. Thank you for choosing us as your stream of choice. If you would like, we would like you to join our community. Please subscribe. If you do not want to subscribe, a thumbs up is more than enough. But if you do subscribe, you are welcome to a Trump community. I would like to say goodnight to Brian. I would also like to say goodnight to Mr. Bugs, if you're still around. Brian, Bill, Truck, Anders, Joe, and Kid Canada. Have a good night, moderators. Thank you very much for being here, for being awesome, and for keeping the chat nice and clean and enjoyable for everyone. Thank you very much. Shout out to Kathy Barger for subscribing and joining the community. Thank you very much.